Hello, how are you doing today? So I'm Karo and I'm back today for another video on real estate investing. I'm rushing out. I'm going out for site inspection, so I thought I should just quickly do this video and answer one of the most common questions that I get asked on real estate investing, and that's where's the best place for you to buy land in Lagos. There are so many adverts, so many real estate consultants, and it can get confusing if you really don't know what you're looking for. So basically, today's video is just to help you quickly figure out, what you're looking for, so that when you see adverts that don't fit into what you're looking for, you know to just ignore it and then know what to look for. So let's get right into it. Where is the best place to buy land in Lagos, Nigeria? Well, I wish I can just come up and say this is the best place and this is not the best place. It's not like I can't answer that, but the best place to buy land for you might not be the best place to buy land for another person. So the answer to that may vary from investor to investor. So you help me answer this question. What is the purpose for the land you're buying? You have to be able to answer that question before you can decide on the best place in Lagos to buy land. Lagos is a commercial city. Most places in Lagos where you buy land, you probably can achieve whatever it is you're looking for. But there are, if you know what you're looking for, if your goal is clear from the beginning of what you're looking for, then you can make better investments. You can tap into that information to maximize either your profits or for whatever other reason you're making your real estate investment. Now, what is the purpose for the land you're buying? Answer the question. There are different reasons people buy land. If there are people who buy land because they want to, for investment purpose, there are people who buy land to build and probably eventually move in. And there are people who buy land for land banking. You buy land just to bank it. What that means is that you buy land and you leave it for a while. You don't intend to do anything with it. Maybe eventually you want to come back in a few years after the price has, the return on investment really makes sense and sell it off. Or you want to eventually build for whatever reason, maybe rental income and all that. So you have to be able to answer that question. Now, if you've answered that question, then it will be very easy for us to, answer the question of where to buy, the best place for you to buy land. Now, let me go through them one after the other and then address it based on different needs for the best, for the best place to buy land in Lagos. Now, if your purpose for buying a land is for to buy and build for yourself, maybe hopefully you move in later, or maybe like a retirement plan, you live in abroad currently and then eventually you want to go back home. Now, what you should be looking for, the best place for you want to think about the location. What do you hope to do eventually when you move in? Because if you're thinking of where to live in, then you want to think of your job, the location of your job, the easy access for you to get from your home to your place of work. You want to think about that. You want to think about your preference also. Where would you like to live? Because a home is a place, some of us have places, a dream place we want to live in, and we have our individual reasons. Now, if you're thinking about where to build and move in, I want to tell you that, something you don't need to be bothered about is the airport, because especially for people who are based abroad, I hear sometimes when people say, oh, how close is it to the airport? Realistically, you won't have to go to the airport every day. You won't probably have to go to the airport every week. You probably have to go to the airport once in a year, once in 2 years. So to me, that shouldn't really influence your decision that much of where you buy land. Yeah, on the island, we know one of the biggest challenges of living on the island is that it's not close to the airport. We have a proposed airport coming out soon, coming up hopefully soon. Let me not say soon. We really don't know when yet, but it's already proposed to come up somewhere around Ekpe. So we're hoping that that would be something that they will start to work on soon, so that the island will have an airport. They don't have to drive all the way to Ikeja to go take a flight to wherever they're going. But for now, really, it's not every day you go to the airport. So let's just rule that one out. But think about, you want to definitely think about for where a place you want to live, you want to think about your personal preference, you want to think about like I've said before, you want to think about where your job will be located. If you're someone that will intend to work from home, that's not really a problem. You don't, I work from home, so basically I can live anywhere. I can even live abroad. And maybe except my inspection will be affected, but really, I'm mostly behind the screen per se. I can create content from anywhere, So if that's you also, you can really live anywhere. You just come to that. It will mean that it should come down to your personal preference of where you want to live, and also depending on where you want to start developing the land. If you want to start developing within the next 1 to 3 years, then you want to look into areas that are already developed to buy land. So the best place someone like that, should be looking at for you will be the island. Right now, the places where people are really buying the land and moving to is between the Aja and Bejuleki axis. And when I say Bejuleki axis, I'm talking about areas, the developed area of Bejuleki, and that starts from Lakwe, Bugije, then Eleko. That axis is already developed, and so you can look at from Aja to Ibejuleki axis. Those areas are developed and you can buy land. That would be the best place for you to buy land. It's safe, it's not too crowded. The island is not too crowded yet, unlike the mainland. So for you, that would be the best place for you to buy land in Lagos, within the Aja and the Bejuleki axis. And if you're looking for a land for that purpose, we have a good number of them on my portfolio. Just reach out to me. Then for those who intend to buy land for rental purposes, if you want to buy land for rental purposes, then the best place to buy land would be a place that the rents for that area should be something that is will be profitable to you. There are people, if you want to buy land for investment purpose, you want to make money through recurring rental income, you don't want to look at places like Ikorodu, for example. When I lived in Naija, my rent was like, when I was in a 1-bedroom then, I don't even mean a 1-bedroom, self-contained, something we call self-contained. It's just a room, you have your kitchen, you have your bathroom, and that's just about it. I was paying like 240,000 just to live there in Naija. Whereas a friend of mine who lived in Ikorodu, that was living in a 1-bedroom, that means a sitting room, 1 room, toilet, kitchen, it was paying 150,000. In fact, that's what he still pays as of today, 150,000. So you look at him and you think, oh, he's living in a bigger apartment, but my rent was more than his rent. Now, for an investor, that's something really, really, you need to consider if you intend to make money from rental income. If that's the purpose for buying land, if you want to build and then make money from rental income, you want to look at the rent. The rent needs to make sense. When my sister bought a house in Ikorodu and then add some tenants, seriously, right now she has moved into the house. The extra flat in the house are just vacant because the tenants ended up giving her a lot of headache. They were not, of course, because it's a corridor, the rent was not much, and the headache they were giving her, they still were not paying that rent. Even when she had a lawyer that was going to meet them and all that. Like, madam will pay, what is it, self? So eventually she just gave up the idea and she lives in her house by herself with the other flats empty. So you want to, if you're not smart about it, you could end up your investment will just be tied down like that, and then you're not doing anything with it. So the places right now where rent really makes sense, I'll say look at the island. Same thing with, if you're building to live in, like I said, between the Aja and Songotedo, that's where you really want to stay. That's those two places right now, and those two places right now are like the hot cake of Lagos. That's where people are moving to right now for whatever reason. Even Lekki people are now moving towards it. Some Lekki people are now moving because of water, are now moving towards the, Ibeju Lekki area. That's Awoyaya, Sangotedo. Even Sangotedo is not that dry, but of course, for developers that know what they are doing, you don't have water, you won't have water challenges like it is in Lekki. So people are moving a bit down from Lekki now, to Aja and Sangotedo. So the best place for you to buy land, if your goal is to eventually get recurring rental income, is Aja, Sangotedo, Abijo. Abijo is quickly catching up. Aja, after Aja you get to Sangotedo. Sangotedo is like 5 minutes drive from Aja. Then Abijo is like 5 minutes drive from Sangotedo. So those three areas are places you want to focus on. The rent makes sense. It wouldn't take you forever to make profits from your investment and all that. So the best place for you to buy land, if your goal is to pursue rental income and start to make money from that, that would be Aja, Sangotedo, Abijo. That would be the best for you. Now, one other reason is that land banking. If your intention is to do land banking, then you want to think about, you don't really have to, because developed areas are very expensive. Those areas I've mentioned, Aja, Sangotedo, Abijo. Lands there now are very expensive. Now, land in Sangotedo, the ones that have good title like C4 and are not very waterlogged, they are selling for like the one we have, Claridge Phase 1, sells for 14.5. And then we have Westwood that's selling for I think 15 million right now, and that's even because it's a distress sale. Owners who already have some of them are reselling. So otherwise, when Westwood stops selling, Westwood will stop selling at 20 million a plot. So they are expensive. And then when you go to places like Abijo's the land is with C4 in Abijo right now. It's selling for like 10 point something, 11 million. So they are expensive. Now, if you want to do land banking, especially if your goal is to eventually just sell it off, focus on areas that are not that developed, so that you don't pay so much, you don't tie so much money down. Focus on areas that are not that developed, but that has what's it called now? That has a lot of development coming up. There are several government projects that are coming up that gives you that indication that within the next few years, lands there are going to be hot cake. You get what I'm saying? Lands that have a lot of government development coming up, even though some of them are still proposed, not coming up immediately yet. Those areas are where you want to focus on. Lands that you can just buy, not too expensive, and then you can just leave them for the next 5-10 years. If that's your goal, if land banking is your goal, then there's no other better place to look at than Ibeju-Lekki area of Lagos. Now, the Ibeju-Lekki area of Lagos, like I've said, there's the side that are developed, like from Lakwe to Eleko, that developed. You can start with the right away and then move in. But there's another side of Ibeju-Lekki, the Lekki Free Trade Zone area, the Dangote Refinery area. All those areas are still a bit rural. They're still a bit of a rural area, and they're just still coming up. Although there's a lot. Each time you go to, each week you go to that area. Each week you go to that area of Ibeju-Lekki. That's the Lekki Free Trade Zone area, the Dangote Refinery area. You see some new thing that has been done. You see major development is going on in that area. So there's clear indication that within the next few years, within the next 4, 5, 7 years, that area is going to be hot cake. So if you're looking for to buy land for the purpose of land banking, you just want to buy land and leave it for a good number of years, you have no plans for it, go to Ibejuleki and buy some land. But you can decide. There are lands selling for as low as 600,000 naira a plot, but those ones don't have title. But if you're working with a good company, you can risk it. It's not like you're going to lose your money or anything like that. Those lands that are selling very cheap in Ibejuleki that don't have title is because a lot of them, if not all of them, in fact 99.9% of them are under government acquisition. What that means is that they are not, although they are not committed lands, but the government has shown interest in such lands, but they can be released to the public or the developer or the individual that wants the land through a process known as excision. So such lands that sell very cheap, you see the title on them, excision in process. Excision in process is not a title. Excision in process is simply telling you that, oh, this land, the process of excision has started. So usually they have an excision file number. So those lands are very cheap. And if you are somebody that don't have so much money, but still you want to take a piece, you want to start investing in real estate, you don't have money. I can say instead of not doing anything at all, you might want to consider such lands. But to play safe, always buy a land that has a good title. Preferably C of O. But if you still can't get C of O, maybe approved decision. A land that has an decision that has been approved, so that you know that you bought it. You're not going to have any problem later. So that's it. I think I've covered everything. That will be it for this video. So let me know whichever plans that you have. We have on my portfolio, we have some estates that fit into whatever purpose you have right now for wanting to buy land. So that will be it on today's video. Thank you so much for your time, and God bless you. Don't forget that if you have questions, you can always send them to me. You can comment below and I'll respond immediately. I'm always checking my emails, so I'll respond immediately. Bye. So that's it for today. Bye.